Hello, my name is Lantis, this is the Paladin with my namesake, and this is Icecrown Citadel, done quick. So, this first hallway is actually kind of neat. It has a lot of history with it, because there was a rep attached to this raid. People used to come here, start a 25-man raid, clear the hallway, get to the boss, then everyone would run out, reset it, and rinse and repeat. You could get a bunch of rep for a ring here. And tab targeting does not work. There we go. But also there was just a lot of cool stuff going on in this hallway. Like there's traps. I just stepped in one. That blue flame debuff I have. That means that one of the giants has been activated and he'll be walking around trying to get to me.
Righteousness envelops them. Our march upon Icecrown Citadel begins now.
Totally meant to pop wings there. That was in no way an accident. Believe me, I know what I'm doing. See? Wasn't the trash so much quicker? Yeah, the cooldown had worn off by the time I did it, but it's the principle of the matter. Oh, and this boss... Bro Storm! Alright, and melee can just take a step forward and get out of the fire. But yeah, the cool thing about this guy is the whole way down the hallway you can see him. And that was an aesthetic that Blizzard had said that they liked, and that's why they repeated it in, That's why they repeated it in Siege of Orgrimmar with the water boss at the end. But he wasn't quite as cool, because he didn't have like the traps that only rogues could see, so you had a reason to bring a rogue to the group. There's a lot of chit-chat in this dungeon. It's very distracting. Anyway, so hit both sides of that trash and that'll pull it all out to you. God, chat. These bosses just like to talk on and on.
Fix your eyes upon your crude hands. The soft meat, the dark blood coursing within.
His soul is under great strain,
it is a weakness.
But he lives.
It's like NPCs talking over NPCs. Bovar still lives. Feast your eyes upon my impossible. How could he still be a... Flesh is weak! It's like, Jesus. Right. 14 seconds, and I'll transcend it. I swear, lady. Lady Deathwhisper. I hated this boss on 10, man. She had a trinket that she would never drop. But anyway, the worst thing she can do to you is a debuff called Torpor, which gives all your abilities a long cooldown. Like I have on me now, actually. If this happens, just hit anything that's on cooldown. Like even your weaker AoEs. And don't worry. She'll die eventually. Well, she's already dead, but she'll re-die eventually. And I forgot to clean my inventory out before coming here, so I won't loot. And we're waiting on the elevator. How many people have you seen run onto elevators in World of Warcraft, not jump and get left behind when the elevator goes back up? That was a huge problem in Throne of Tides, the Kata dungeon, with the octopus that comes down and goes back up. And you can run past all this trash. Even if it aggroes you, just ignore it. It'll reset whenever you start the boss. Giant dragon coming down. You know, I always liked that dragon. I don't know why, but I'd always top the meters at him. Have no clue. Maybe because it was trash people were asleep, but...
What do you need?
He was trash that actually lasted more than a second. So, who out there is a fan of Earthworm Jim? It might have actually been Earthworm Jim 2, but in one of them, the first boss of the first stage was a goldfish in a bowl named Bob, and the game made a huge to-do about Bob. Like, you would come to him, the curtains would unveil and show him, and it would be like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fight! And then you would begin fighting Bob. And you would just whip him once and he would die. And it's like, wow, all that huge to-do over nothing. It's really weird. What kind of boss did they give you a countdown for and it's just dead? Oh, this one. Huh. They didn't call it Loot Ship for no reason. And that's on 25 Heroic. Ah, right, I forgot to mention, this is 25 Heroic ICC. We are going for Invincible this run. And, yeah. I mentioned earlier I wasn't looting anything. Slipped my mind. This next fight is absolutely hands down proof of Alliance favoritism in this game. The Alliance just started this boss. The Horde? They had to wait for an eternity. An eternity that you'll have to wait through now.
Strength and honor for the Horde.
So much RP. By the way, every single time you wiped, you had to hear all of this all over again. Every time. Over and over and over. You know, I told myself I wouldn't vendor stuff. So I'm like, I'd trash up the video to do that. But, yeah, know what? Since we're waiting, this is definitely better gameplay footage than listening to their RP or watching what's-his-face just stand around.
We named him Dranosh. It means heart of Dranosh.
We named him Dranosh. It means obnoxious waste of time via dialogue.
Would be safe, hidden away by the elders of Garadar. I made a promise to his mother before she died, that I would cross the dark portal.
I made a promise to his mother before she died. Well, I was never very good at keeping promises. It's okay. My wife is used to being disappointed by now.
Today, I fulfill that promise.
Here's the timer. It's about to start. And what kind of dramatic fight will I be rewarded with after such a long wait? Why? Not much of one at all. Well, that's okay. I mean, this guy died at Wrathgate. How much do you really expect from him? And does Deathbringer's will drop? Of course it doesn't. No, it didn't. I still get mad to this day every time DBW doesn't drop. Fuck that trinket, seriously. Frogger 3.0? How many people do you know just ran forward and got killed by the gas? By the way, if you run into this place with auto run on, after the loading screen, you'll still be auto running. A lot of people did that and ran straight into the gas because their computer was just a little laggy. So that was funny. Makes me think that Blizzard has a sense of humor.
The chill of this place freezes the marrow of my bones.
The chill of the place freezes your bones. The lungs on the people in this place chills mine. I mean, Jesus, you're how far away from me, and I can still hear you? That's crazy. Kill the scientists, they turn you into slime. What's cool about those guys, I don't know if it's still true at 100, but at 90 is they could still just about kill you. I'm pretty sure that final thing they do once they get low is percentile based. This guy used to be fun. Everyone would back up against that thing and try not to get knocked all the way down the stairs. Well, the ones stacking up against that thing wouldn't be, but the people that didn't know to. Precious. Okay, 2 reasons I'm coming here, actually. Invincible and Precious's ribbon. And did it drop? Nope. Oh, this is the second place in this raid where rogues can use their disarm ability to take out traps. So yeah, they really added a lot of stuff to this raid. Things you don't see anymore. But I mean, like, there's been 2 raids where disarming traps has been used, right? Blackwing Lair and ICC. And there were 7 raids in between these 2. Right now, we're at 7 raids since Icecrown Citadel. So maybe after Blackrock Foundry will have a raid where Disarm Trap comes back? It's possible. Just a theory. And these things right here, I can't count the number of times I've killed both of those mutant bosses, rather, and forgotten to turn those wills on. That's just the worst thing ever. It's like you're all ready to go to Putricide, waiting in front of his door, and you're like, why isn't this open? God damn it! Go get him. You actually can escape them, by the way, despite what they tell you when they come out. Just keep running on to the boss. Oh, Festergut. 25, man. I still remember the first time I ever healed this boss as a pally. It's like I was trying to be a good pally and use Holy Light, not Flash of Light, because I hear that Flash of Light's for noobs. But I did not understand how people could get away with using Holy Light, so I'm like spamming Flash to keep the tank up, and I'm like, okay, he's at full health, I'll start casting a Flash right now. And I'll start casting a Holy Light right now, and I start casting it. 1 second, avoiding Malibu Goo. I start casting it, and the tank dies. And I'm like, well, wonderful. Just never even bothering with Holy Light again. God, that's... okay. I was worried the Disorient would knock me into Malibu Goo. Hey, my cooldowns are up. Wait for it to go off, and done. Right about now's where I realized that me remembering to hit the cogwheels was all just a dream and the door's still closed. It's not a pressure valve. It's a spoon. And the bug gauntlet. Impossible to hit bugs. There we go. Screw it, they're faster to hit like this. I never have liked this part. Though this was one thing of trash that people couldn't AFK for, was if you AFK'd for this thing on the other side of that door over there, unless you AFK'd with the healer with you, who comes back before you both die, then you'd both die. Everyone that AFK'd outside it would. Or just got closed out in general. So, pay attention. Don't go AFK for this trash. And then the door opens. Kill whatever's still coming after me. And we're on to the Prophecy. The Prophecy will help.
Good news, everyone. I think I've perfected a plan that will destroy all life on Azeroth. 2 oozes, 1 room. So many delightful possibilities.
And good news, everyone! Icecrown Citadel is halfway over now.
Everyone, I don't think I'm going to make it.
Yep. So, what's new with you? Yeah, not much to say about this. Valkyries flying around. They do that. I remember people used to have no clue how to run along the side of these walls to avoid aggroing them. Nowadays, they don't aggro to anything. To make this trash go faster, kill this blood elf right here who channels on this. Then you get a buff if you click on the orb. And that makes you do more damage. And everything dies nice and quick.
You thought us defeated so easily. The Sand Lane are the Lich King's immortal soldiers. Now, you shall face the
And I'm sapped. There we go.
Rise up, brothers, and destroy our
Much like
enemies.
every rogue I've ever gotten a random dungeon with, they attack the CC target. So their sap's not an issue.
Naxanar was merely a setback. With the power of the orb, Valenar will have his vengeance.
Valenar? Don't I have that hammer?
My queen, they come.
I didn't loot them. Eh. Run past these guys. Go ahead and kill the orb channelers. The guy tries to stand on it. The buff doesn't last till the boss. Speaking of the boss, she's really doesn't have enough health to merit saving your cooldowns for getting the bite, so just go ahead and pop them as soon as you get there. Is what I'd say if my cooldowns were up. I guess normally I wait for it. I won't be today.
Made an unwise decision.
Is this where I make a "this boss sucks" joke? Because really, that type of humor is just beneath me. And any attempt at doing it would just blow.
We were all getting along. So,
Then the chandelier falls. Bet you didn't know that. Okay, there we go. Just didn't want to run into the arch. Okay, interesting fact about this next bit of trash. If you just grab it all, run it to the end of the hall, and then AoE it down there, like LOS it around the corner, as soon as it's all dead, before the Valkyr comes down, it all resets. No idea why it does that, but you actually have to take it slowly, bit by bit.
You may have once fought the creatures, but now you are nothing more than a traitor. Come, your second death approaches.
These NPCs like to banter on. And just think, if this was Dragon Soul, the game would insist that you pause everything, let all the NPCs finish their dialogue, and then you can go on. To think only a scant 2 years separates this raid's release from Dragon Soul. That's everything? Yep. Yeah, okay. Ah, the free badge boss. This was not a free badge boss. I wanted to hit anyone that ever called it that. It was impossible to get down that hallway without at least wiping once. Those people were always dumb when it came to trash. So yeah, free badge boss. Worth like, what was it? 1 frost badge? 2 frost badges? I don't remember. I think just 1. But worth 5 gold today. But that was not a free badge boss. Now, if this was still required, or if I was going after the legendary items, I'd switch to Holy Pally and do that.
The loss of our comrades was unpreventable. They lived in
Why am I in combat?
the Argent Crusade.
Do not know what I'm in combat with, but I guess that doesn't matter. Oh, right, but as I was saying, that boss over there is skippable now, as you just saw. Also, if this elevator's at the bottom, there's a number of different ways you can get down here quick. As a paladin, you just bubble before you hit the ground. A hunter can be crafty and disengage before he hits the ground. And anyone can just do a goblin glider. Oh, my rocket belt and glider. They won't reset as long as I'm in combat. I'm out of combat. Okay, the problem resolved itself. Okay, how this gauntlet works. It's 3 waves of big enemies that come down. As soon as they're dead, you can leave. The little spiders don't mean anything. They just come endlessly. So it'll be big spiders, big people, these guys, and then more big spiders, and then this wave is over. I only say that because I've seen people do this play solo, and they're just standing in the middle killing spiders. They don't realize what their actual goal is, to be done with this place, so they never kill these big guys. But once you know it's these that you specifically target, makes the whole thing go much faster. And as soon as these are dead, you can just run out of here. This boss. So when all that trash dies, his dragon comes down. When all that trash dies, his dragon comes down. When both those dragons die, Sindragosa comes down. And that's whenever you start to realize if you're in a good guild or a bad guild. Good guilds would just pull Sindragosa when she came down. Bad guilds would have to run back up there and reset her. I think it was all the way down the hall? Wait, no, I remember. It was a big thing of ice comes up and blocks the way. If everyone's behind that ice, she'll reset. If even one person's on this side of it, she won't reset. She'll kill that person, then walk through the ice to kill everyone else until everyone runs like halfway back down through her gauntlet room. And then she would reset. That's how that worked. Yes, I was in a very bad guild, so I know all about all the 1,000,001 ways you have to survive Sindragosa while waiting for her to reset. We didn't just have to reset her, we had to strategize around how poorly people would be able to perform. Oh god, I forgot her voice. Yeah, our boss strategy revolved around how terrible people would be about getting up those stairs. When everyone's yelling, "Now, now, now!" Nope, they didn't get it. As your magic betrays you! I can do that much louder and more shrilly, but I won't. You're welcome. And Cinny's dead. So, that is everything except the big guy himself. Was that the right one? Nope. Movement speed decreased by 15. And no, freedom won't get rid of it. See? Again, buff pallies. Jeez. Oh, the RP. The RP, the RP. So, Heroic Lich King can still kill you in a number of ways, like his Valkyr for one. If you're with even one other person, or if you have a pet, the Valkyr will grab you. You can have your pet to attack and kill them, but they were really balanced around having someone slow them immediately, like a rogue or something, and then everyone get on it. But if you're alone, that's not really going to be an issue. Biggest issue here is shadow traps and little ice orbs during his remorseless winter phase. Huh, DBM isn't giving me a timer. Usually does for the RP here. Anyway, this part's over whenever Tyrion tries something, gets frozen, then it begins. None of his other abilities do anything to you anymore, like Necrotic Plague and all that. Oh, I think that's my cue. Is that... Okay, yep, we're starting. Well, my first attack missed. This all bodes well. But whenever he puts a bunch of black lines on you, that shadow trap, see? Like that, right there. Just don't stand it. Just it targets where the player is standing when he casts it on them. So he targets the player, but then it's going to come down where that player is. Also, ice balls. Do everything you can to get away from them. Anything ranged can kill them, so prioritize getting the hell away from them. God damn it. I'm used to having, what do you call it here? Prismatic crystal, or whatever it's called. This is not going to be the Lich King done very quickly at all. My apologies. I messed that up. Usually I try to keep stacks of my stuff on him. But I didn't change talents before this one, so... Normally what you want to do is try to keep him in Restless Winter phase, so that he's just doing that straight up until the end. There we go. Now he's doing it again. So once again, sort of back out a bit so you can see where the things are coming down. I'm going to see if I can do it better this time. See where the thing comes down. Those little things beating on you really don't do anything. Oh, shit. Trying to keep my dot on him. Oh, it's really important, for time's sake, not to let him do anything coming out of this phase. Like, he just needs to be done when this phase ends. Which it looks like he's going to. Nope, shit. Yep, nope, I got him. Fury of Frostmourne. That means it's over. The reason why that's so important is because he pulls you into a sword, and that takes forever in the third phase. And that is all of ICC 25-man Heroic. The only other tip I can give you is to leave the volume on, set yourself to auto-attack a little at an angle like this, because he's going to get pulled right here. And he's at 1 HP. You won't kill him until the RP's over, but if you're just auto-attacking him, you'll immediately finish him as soon as it's time. And like you're in the next room making a sandwich, for example, then, you know, halfway through buttering the toast, you'll hear the cutscene boom on your screen and know, oh, okay, I can run, cancel that out, and collect my loot. Remember to check very closely for Invincible whenever he dies, because you can't see it. So you never can be quite certain if it dropped or not. Wow, this takes forever. You know what's awful is that, again, DBM's not giving us a countdown, so I have no idea how long it is till this is over. Oh, just like Deathwing, you can loot him right before the cutscene comes up, but I usually don't, because nothing irritates me more than you go to loot him, the cutscene happens, you think you just saw them out, and then you're like frustrated closing that out, trying to get back to it, find out there's no mount. I don't know. It just bothers me.
Light, grant me one final blessing. Give me the strength to shatter these bonds.
While they're RPing, I'm RPing as an LFR raider. Just auto-attacking, get it? Nah, never mind. And this should be it.
No more lives will be consumed by your hatred.
Then, waiting for the cutscene, and yes, nope, yep, there it goes. All right. And no mount. Well, this has been ICC 25 Heroic done quick. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.